Hey ho, readers everywhere. Welcome back to another episode of Whatcha Readin'. People ask me all the time, hey, Chuck, when you're not writing or sleeping, what are you reading? And this week, one of my favorite authors. This is Joseph Wambaugh. It's Hollywood Moon. It's the third in a series of books by Wambaugh about LA cops who work the middle and third watch at the Hollywood station in LA. A beat that is full of you know lowlifes that the cops have to deal with on a 24/7 basis. Hollywood is the Hollywood section of LA, not exactly a garden spot. So these cops, his recurring cast of his ensemble cast of cops have to deal with, homeless, junkies, tweakers, uh, drag queens, car thieves, con artists, bamboozlers, all kinds of, creeps and losers. Now Wamba knows what he's talking about. He was a cop, LA cop, for a number of years before breaking out as a best-selling author. You're probably familiar with his work over the years. Many of his things have been made into films. He had a television series largely based on his approach to writing cop fiction. And he's also written a number of excellent books, true crime books, just fantastic reportage on all things criminal. And in this book, it's a collision course story, and it's written with Wambaugh's usual, verve and use of language. And what I admire most about his writing is this shared language between the cops, a shared patois, a mix of slang and their own made up puns and jokes and jargon and all the rest of it. It's all easy to follow. You just sort of get into the flow of the way these cops talk. And it's a collision story, a collision course story involving, this crew of cops and their partners. These are all uniforms. Uh, these books concentrate on the uniform beat cops driving the patrol cars around the Hollywood district, and you know, it's a collision course between them, a serial rapist, and a group of con artists. And the con artist part of it, basically their identity thieves, is fascinating. Wamba goes into all the different layers and all the different tricks and scams that the computer basically allows these criminals to foist upon the public. And but nobody writes criminal lowlifes better than Wamba. As evocative and well delineated and individual and memorable as his cop characters are, his criminals are always even more indelible. Uh, he, as a cop, he has nothing but contempt for lawbreakers, and it shows in the stories. These people are goofballs. There's tons of dark humor provided by just how stupid and venal these characters are. How short-sighted criminals are, and it's got all the great ingredients of a Wamba story. It's at times hysterically funny, other times very very dark, always surprising, lots of character development and people that you really grow to care a lot about. Um, the guy's just a master. Now, on the cover of the book I read a hardcover I picked up at a used bookstore. There's a quote from Stephen King saying it's Wambaugh's best book yet. Um, in addition to all the other money King makes, does he have to be a quote whore too? Because as much as I enjoyed this book, and obviously I did, and as much as I admire Wambaugh's writing, this is not his best book. I mean, it's a great book. It's a fun book, but it's not his best book. That title has to go to The Onion Field, his true crime uh, book about the kidnapping, abduction of two LA cops in the 1960s, and it's on a level. It's equal to, as far as a picture of crime and punishment in the United States. It's equal to In Cold Blood by Truman Capote, in my opinion. I will defend it to my death. It's an awesome book, absolutely incredible book. If you want to learn a lot about how justice works in this country, and it's only getting worse as the rule of law evaporates. And also, if you want to be incredibly, even more frustrated than you probably already are, read The Onion Field. And as far as ensemble cast cop books go, like the Hollywood station books, the Choir Boys will always be Wambaugh's masterpiece in that area. It's the catch-22 of cop novels, and it's you know, once again, it's a collision course story about a group of cops. But as good as the Hollywood books are, Choir Boys is absolute masterpiece. So that's it for me this week. Big 10-4. Chuck Dixon out. See you down the road.